and that's why we was talking about like that. Know before you go. What?
Apparently, we're not filming a podcast right now.
Okay. So, anyways, like we were saying, you know, it that know before you go. My gosh, man, that's a whole messed up. That's just crazy. Okay, we are here today on episode 1 of Coffee with the Coreys.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. This is where it starts. We're here today with JD Powell of Ruoff Mortgage, which is a major referral partner of ours. I am Matthew Corey of the Corey team. He knows my better half, Chelsea, as well. We work together routinely. We work for Williams Carpenter Realtors, which is Carpenter Realtors in Southern Indiana. So we service multiple counties here in Southern Indiana, as does Ruoff Mortgage.
Yeah.
That's why we routinely send stuff JD's way. We value our partnership and wanted to talk today and kind of let folks know, have a little bit of a fun and educational series, get this started. There's going to be several of these that we try to record and kind of instruct folks on what's going on in today's real estate market, things that are upcoming, program options that are out there. Unfortunately, you get to talk to me 5 and 6 times a day sometimes, so it happens a lot. But we do value.
I think I talk to you more than my wife some days.
Same. Yeah. So JD, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
And kind of let's get going. I think we're going to title today as Know Before You Go, and we're going to tag that a lot. We'll dive into that more here in a little bit, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you allowing me to be a part of this and to be on the first episode of
100%.
What is it? Coffee with the Coreys?
Coffee with the Coreys.
Okay. I thought we were like between two ferns.
Well,
when I sat down here,
I'm better looking than Zach, so that's all that matters. That's all we got to look. That's we run with that. So,
but no, I do appreciate you asking me to do this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Always enjoy talking about the business, and I think what you're looking to do here is a great thing. I mean, buying a home is a lot different than any other purchase you make, and
most important.
Huge purchase. So, for you guys to be doing this and to be getting educational material out and talking about what's going on in the market, I think it'll be a great thing. But no, my name's JD Powell. By title, I'm the vice president and branch manager of the Bedford branch of Ruoff Mortgage. Live in Bedford, lifelong Lawrence County resident. Married to my wife Crystal. Actually, this past Saturday,
don't mess this up. Make sure this is right
no,
when you say it.
It's good. It's good. We've been together for 29 years as of Valentine's Day.
We've almost upped Chelsea and my number. We just hit 15.
Did you?
That's good. Yeah, pretty impressive.
It's pretty cool, but you hear that number and it kind of makes you feel a little bit old.
Draws you back.
Yeah.
We've talked before. I've watched your kiddos kind of grow up.
Yeah.
As my kids have transitioned into the elementary side, yours have gone on now to junior high. Which is like a big networking opportunity for us, but also it's sad because I want to squeeze yours back down into elementary and mine
I want to like push mine back down to preschool.
I know.
I mean,
Crystal,
don't get me wrong. We have twin daughters. Yeah. I guess twin daughters, my girls, Ava and Adriana. It's
crazy.
I love watching them grow up, but man, it's tough sometimes. I mean, they're turning into little ladies, and I don't like that.
Dude, before you know it, you'll blink. They'll graduate high school, and you two will be downsizing in some way. You'll be trying to figure that out. We deal with that all the time.
I think I'll figure it out.
You'll.
Yeah, I think.
I know a guy that can sell you a house.
Yeah,
you could do the financing on it. That's easy.
I'm just thinking more of like I might be able to go fishing again, or maybe go hunting again.
You did that a lot before the kids. I hunted all the time. Got here. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's all good. I mean, we love the girls to death, and
it's just amazing.
It's just trading. As years go on, and you get a family, priorities change, and that's where the priorities are. But I tell you, they keep us hopping. It's pretty much work and kids' activities.
I've not even got into the side of the sports. And I call him all the time. I'll call him wanting a pre-qualification, and I'm like, hey, I know it's 8 p.m. What are you doing? He's like, man, I'm at a volleyball game. You still do it?
Yeah.
He sends his app out. We get that pre-qualification. We do it all the time.
Yeah.
So today's hook.
But yeah,
Yeah.
real quick, sorry. Ruoff Mortgage.
Yeah.
We're an Indiana-based, privately owned company.
Yeah. You guys are large.
Yeah, we are a large company. We have several offices throughout Indiana, north to south. We also have some offices in Illinois, Kentucky.
I was going to say, you guys
Ohio.
actually are more like a mid-state.
Midwest, kind of Midwest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great Lakes, Midwest
Yeah.
company.
Where we're based in Southern Indiana, or, you guys are you're a little broad as we are in that regard. Yeah.
I'm licensed in Indiana. I can do business all over the state of Indiana. And I mean, I've done loans from Mishawaka, down to Corydon.
You and I have done
most
several
of it's
outside our counties.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've done some that are, we'll be 3 counties over and we pull it off.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
pretty impressive to see that unfold as well.
But no, we're but the thing I like about Ruoff, I mean, yes, we're a big company, but it doesn't have the big company, what I'm going to call corporate feel.
Not at all. Yeah.
Very much, very much, I guess what I would say, I don't want to say small town mentality.
I would say local lender. It's got that local lender.
Very,
vibe.
very local feel. And we try not to make it an informal transactional kind of thing. It's important to us that people are aware of options, we're available. I can tell you, I mean, my first mortgage, okay, I wasn't in the mortgage business at the time. Wife and I decided we just got getting married and let's buy a house. And so we went, looked at a house, applied for a mortgage. We were asked about some paperwork and to sign some papers, and I didn't have a clue what happened, Matt. And I
say that about my first purchase.
I don't know what my loan program was. I don't know what my options were. It's important to me. And when I got into this business, it was important to me for it to not be that way with the folks that I work with.
Well, that's what's good. If someone calls your guys' office, say they need to turn in some paperwork, they're talking with you or one of your processors right there, and they're in that office. There's not 15 different hands involved in that.
Yeah, you're not going to be talking to somebody,
they're going to get you
2 time zones away. No, I mean,
they're going to get you, or if you need something, you are the one that's calling them. It's not someone else in another state or someone at another branch. And no offense to those folks, but having that local feel and being able to have you as a direct artery helps tremendously. I mean,
and let's face it. I mean, especially since COVID, a lot of things can happen electronically now. I mean,
that's crazy.
We can do a loan without even physically meeting with the person.
It's like people after COVID took place, they're not wanting to get back in the office. Like they're comfortable working from home.
Sure.
I think that interaction in person helps so much. That has changed dramatically. I mean, it's just not the same.
And not everybody needs that, but I do feel I make it an option for everyone. I mean, I can send them an electronic application. I can look things over. We can talk through things on the phone. But if it's important for somebody to be able to come in and sit down face to face and look at things,
that's the only way.
100%.
That's the way they'll do it.
I mean, we still, absolutely can accommodate that, and we're in the office every day. And but again, big company, but it's not the big company that the Ruoff experience in doing a loan with Ruoff Mortgage is not. You're not going to feel like a number.
No, not at all. Let's talk about, and that's why we wanted to do this today and get started. We wanted to lay a foundation of know before you go, right? Mm-hmm. Like we wanted to really talk about, if you know and get your pre-qualification, then we as the realtors can go and show those houses. It's not that we're trying to force their hand into getting finance with a particular lender. It's not that we're trying to know that before we go somewhere. We don't want them to get into that home. You and I have talked about this all the time.
Yeah.
We don't want them to get into that home and realize they absolutely love it, but they can't afford it.
Right.
Or it just does not work,
right.
Financially. It's just one of those things that is utmost importance. Probably the foundation that needs to be laid in order to go look at that house.
100%.
So we need to know what type of financing. We need to know if taxes and insurance are affordable for these folks. We have a client right now that JD and I are working on that it's one of those situations that there's literally a $10,000 window increment that can make or break their financial situation.
Yeah.
Meaning, if we're at this price range, we can make it happen. If we go that $10,000 higher, taxes and insurance have to fall perfectly,
100%.
or it cannot happen. Yeah. And we've talked multiple times about different properties that may work, some of which can't be financed that way. But tell us a little bit why it is so important to know before we go.
Okay. So a couple of things. One, the mortgage pre-qualification is where it starts, right? I mean, you at the end of the day, you need to know what your options are, what your budget's going to be, and what you can afford. If your top end's $200,000 and that's what you're comfortable with,
Yeah.
there's no sense in going and looking at $250,000, $300,000 houses.
No, it's not going to make sense.
But it's important. You and I talk about this all the time. I'll have people call me and, well, yeah, my realtor says I need to get pre-qualified before they'll show me a house. And, I think sometimes people feel like the realtor's being difficult, and they're really not. Again, you and I talk about this all the time. When someone's going to go look at a house, somebody has to get out of that house for them to come see it.
They have to clean.
They have to clean.
They have pets. They may have to move from the house.
They have to leave the house.
Go find dinner for an hour.
Yeah.
Go to the grocery store or something.
Yeah. And I tell people that it's not just about like wanting to know you can buy. It's having respect for the person that you're going to go look at their house as well. Because I can tell you if I'm selling my house and I'm going to take the time to leave that house for an hour or 2 hours or however long it takes, and we've got to clean up and make sure everything looks good. Like I want to know that person is actually qualified to purchase that home.
That goes back to due diligence, not only on the buyer's behalf, but also the realtor's behalf too. Don't go in a home that we know will only go insured conventional.
Right.
We need to make sure that it can be federally backed. We need to know that before we go, because there are some homes that they just don't meet that criteria.
Yeah.
Or they're so unique. There could be 2 dwellings on that property. What can't you finance with that? We know there's certain properties that don't go that way. So,
well, and you have different types of properties as well. Barn dominiums. That's
deal with this every day.
to
call you and ask.
The pole barn houses. There are some standards with those that have to be met,
and they're popping up everywhere. Those are routinely being built. We know there's certain financing programs that just will not fly on.
Well, they'll fly, but you need to make sure that the home, that there are some standards met with the home. And it's no different than land. If you're buying a home on 500 acres and the home's worth $150,000 and the 500 acres is worth $1 million, that's not a home purchase. That's a land purchase.
We have a client right now, right? Mm-hmm. We're talking to that it's going to boil down to, is the land going to outvalue the structure? Mm-hmm. That's not going to work for that loan program. So we routinely are having to go back and see, hey, does this one make sense before we don't want to get there. That client absolutely loved that property and we can't make it work.
Yeah.
That's
the other side of it is, number one, it's being respectful for the person you're going to go look at their home, but more importantly for the person that's going to be like our borrower, your buyer, they need to be armed with the information financially that they need to be aware of when they go look at the home.
And that's where you come in, because I can sell that house all day long and write that contract and things like that, but the financial portion, I stay out of it. Yeah. Like that is your wheelhouse. Yep. I don't get involved in buyer's financing. I like to have that pre-qualification in hand and know that, hey, this is what we're looking at. Yeah. But it starts with you.
Yeah.
And hopefully, they do that immediately, because that can make or break whether we get that home or not. There's times I'll call you at 8 a.m., 8 p.m., and I have to write that offer before 10 p.m. and deliver to that other agent. Time is of the essence sometimes with these, especially properties that just hit the market.
Yeah,
we have to jump on those immediately.
100%.
There's times I'll lead up.
That's why that pre-qualification is so important, because they need to know, is this thing going to work for me or not? Because believe it or not, this happens frequently. It just happened this week with somebody that we're working with. They were sending you properties that they wanted to look at a price range that was up here.
Yeah.
Got in touch with me. We worked on the pre-qualification. What they wanted, the price range was actually down here. So if you would have said, okay, let's go look at these homes.
Yeah.
If they go and they like that home, now they're emotionally invested in that home. If you write that contract, now there's, potentially a financial investment in that home with inspections and earnest money and that kind of stuff. So it's important that they know, is that home affordable for me or not? Well, because the last thing I ever want to happen is for someone to go look at a home and you're good to go, or maybe they don't, they fall in love with the house, and then we've got to be the bearers of bad news, and I don't.
That's not
never
a good
want that
position.
happen. No,
Not
never
a good
want that
position
to
to be in.
It's not good
Because
for
if
anybody.
there's 5 that were on their list and the one that they fall in love with is the one that they can't finance,
Yeah.
it's a bad feeling to let them down and let them know.
Yeah, and the home purchase is the biggest purchase you'll ever make.
Yeah.
It's going to be probably the largest item in a family's budget. So, not only sometimes there's a difference between what somebody qualifies for and what they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
So they need to know that, because if they what they're wanting to look at is a $2,000 a month payment, they say, "Holy cow, we can't do that.
We didn't expect
Well,
that.
where do you want to be? I mean, from a budget standpoint, where do you want to be?" And then we can get them pointed to the direction of what they can afford.
How many times
What they can afford and what they want to buy.
How many times have I called you and we've had to make adjustments and completely change their criteria needs because we found out they can't finance what they expected?
Yeah.
But we find a way to make that work. We find that property that they've been searching for. Like we have to know that threshold before we can truly find what they're looking for and know where to start. That's most important. And that's why that, today, the introductory, series here and talking about that's going to be our punchline. That know before you go, that's where we're going to start every single time.
Well, and I'll add one thing as well. It's important that it's important that folks are working with lenders who are going that extra mile with the pre-qualification, because I see it a lot. I'll give you a perfect example. This has been a few years back, but was working with a gentleman that had moved here from California. He had spoke with another lender. This has been 6-7 years ago, before the market went crazy. But long story short, this lender told him he was pre-qualified for $250,000. The realtor that he was working with at the time said, "Well, hey, why don't you go talk to JD? Just make sure you're good." It was kind of an out-of-town lender that I think the realtor didn't have a lot of confidence in. Long story short, the gentleman had $1,000 a month child support obligation.
Changed everything.
From a debt to income standpoint, that $250,000 that they told him he qualified for turned out to be about $150,000.
Oh,
now everything worked out. He found a home, got him in that. But I make the point to make sure you're working with a reputable lender that is going the extra mile, verifying income.
That goes back to that local lender side.
Yeah, 100%. And having somebody that's willing to go the extra mile, because if they would have just ran with the 250 pre-qual, here's what would have happened. He would have found a house he likes,
made the offer, would have earnest money, inspections, potentially an appraisal. I mean, now you can get $1,000, $2,000 wrapped up. Not all the time, but in some situations you can get over $1,000 transaction.
Yeah. And then he would have got a phone call. "Hey, you didn't tell us about this child support." Well,
and underwriting kick it out.
Yeah.
And then they're without a home.
Yeah.
And lost that money and time that they invested at that point.
100%.
Yeah.
So, just important that you're working, because I see sloppy pre-quals a lot. I mean, I'll talk to people and they come to me, "Well, I talked to such and such and they said I'm good for this." And then, when we really dive into things,
we talk all the time about having to switch those over, and we do convert those sometimes because they're not getting the answers they need, or their lender's not communicating with you. Sometimes we'll reach out and say, "Hey, would you speak with these folks? I've gave them your contact information. Would you be willing to reach out?" And you always do. That's important to us. That's why we value our referral partnership, and hopefully we keep that rocking a little bit. That'd be all right. So
yeah, for sure. But no, at the end of the day, the pre-qualification, I mean, that it's just a big deal. It's a good starting point. Know before you go. You know what you're comfortable with from a budget standpoint on your payment.
Yep.
From there we can focus the search on what kind of purchase price, you know what kind of loan program you're doing, what the requirements are going to be from an appraisal standpoint. So when you're looking at that property with that person, if it's a feasible, property for them or not, and you're making informed decisions, and it's not, flying by the seat of your pants. And
I don't like that feeling.
Throwing things on the wall to see what sticks. That's not good for anybody.
We don't want to go multi-counties wide and not know what we're truly looking for. That's where it starts. So we're going to wrap up today's episode.
Okay.
Most important, know before you go. That is the message we're trying to convey. You're going to see a lot of Matthew Corey and Chelsea Corey of the Corey team and JD Powell. You're going to see some media come out on us. So keep an eye on that. We value our referral partnership and hope to keep that rocking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you so much for watching Coffee with the Coreys, and we'll see you all soon.
Thanks so much.